in my bridal era, so that means that I have a whole new series that I'm bringing you guys, and it starts with this video. I've already been to 2 different bridal stores. I went to a sample sale and I also went to a bridal pop-up. My other videos are going to be more just traditional wedding appointments, but this one's gonna be a little bit different and it's gonna be a little bit chaotic, so let's get into it. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to start with the pretty or with the crazy, and I think I'm gonna start with the crazy today because I literally just came back from this sample sale this morning. I went right before work because it started at 8 a.m. I was on that line at 7:45. The line was super long already, and this was the Jenny Yoo Sample sale. I didn't know what to expect. There were no TikTok videos or anything about a Jenny Yoo Sample sale, especially in New York City. It was just not what I expected. Now, what I thought I was gonna be walking into was just definitely a long line because sample sales, people go crazy over them in New York City, but I thought that it was gonna be a little bit more organized. You walk into this showroom and it's literally like grab whatever you can. There's so many racks full of so many different gowns. You can't even tell what you're looking at because there's so many options. Everything is divided by size, and I thought they were gonna have everybody going in maybe like 10 people at a time, 20 people at a time. I thought they were gonna time everyone, but that is not what happened. That line wrapped around the entire floor and they let everyone in at the same time, and I feel like that's where they made the mistake. Once I walked in there, I didn't know what to do, so I just did what everybody else did, and I just went for the racks, went for my size, and just looked through everything. But it was just so hard to understand what I was looking at because everything was so tight next to each other on the racks. It was just impossible to understand. We were literally elbow to elbow trying to look through the racks, so I couldn't see everything that they had. The whole first section, I did not really like what I saw, but then when I went to the back where they had like the bigger ball gown dresses or like the big lace dresses, the ones that I thought were really pretty. I was first looking at the short ones and the smaller ones, but in the back were the real like gowns that I actually liked. That's when I started actually grabbing some. You can only grab 4 at a time to try on in the fitting room. People were just going insane. So I think that this sort of approach, like going in for a sample sale, is good if you don't really know what you want or you have an idea but you don't have anything specific. I have a specific dress in mind or like a specific style in mind, and I was looking for something that was similar, but there was no time or opportunity or space to actually find exactly the style that I'm looking for. So I just grabbed whatever I thought was pretty at this point, and I was just like, you know what, let me just have more of an open mind because maybe I'll like something that they have that I wouldn't typically like or go for. It was so chaotic. The line to try on in the fitting room was so long, and once you actually get into the fitting room, it's literally just this big open space shut away with a curtain, but it's literally one big open fitting room. Like you're getting undressed in front of everybody else who has their dresses to try on. And then they put like maybe like, I don't know, 6 or 8 mirrors inside the fitting room. So while everybody's getting changed together, everybody has to share a mirror with someone else. You can tell that some of the workers were getting a little bit overwhelmed. Some were super, super helpful, but you can tell that others were getting very overwhelmed. And I completely understand because it was chaotic. It was insane in there. I was able to try on 3 dresses. I brought in 4, but I had just had enough. I was like, I don't even want to try this last one on. You're sharing racks with other people that are trying on their dresses. So one of the workers almost accidentally grabbed one of the gowns that I was going to try on because she thought it was someone else's. So that experience was just not it for me. Jenny Yoo has so many beautiful, stunning, gorgeous wedding dresses, and it wasn't just wedding dresses, it was also bridesmaid dresses, little white dresses, accessories, veils. Everything was so stunning, and the dresses just weren't for me. I'm glad that I actually got to try certain things on because now I know that the size that I thought I was gonna be is not the size that I am. Now the prices are what I liked the most. Aside from the beautiful, stunning gowns, the prices were insane. They ranged from $100 to $600 for the full length wedding gowns. You also have to keep in mind when you're buying from a sample sale, you're buying something that a million other people have probably tried on. So a lot of these gowns, you can tell that they were worn so much. Some of them are dirty, some of them are very wrinkled, some of them the fabric is a little like, I don't know how to describe it, like you can tell that it's been worn because it's starting to get a little fuzzy. A lot of them were written on the inside with Sharpie saying that it's a sample. So that is pretty much the reason why you're getting these dresses at such a discount. But aside from the whole chaotic experience, I think that if you really want to save on a beautiful, stunning, gorgeous wedding dress and you don't mind getting a sample that's been worn by so many people and just taking it somewhere to get it professionally cleaned, I think that this would be a great option for you. But for me, it was just too much for me. There were people changing outside of the fitting room because they could not wait on that long line to try things on. Love the dresses, will not go back to another sample sale because that was insane. Now, the total opposite experience that I had was with Meshki Bridal. Now, when I tell you Meshki is one of my favorite brands ever, I love it so much. I already have a few Meshki dresses myself, and when they came out with the bridal collection, I was so excited. There was one dress in particular that I really wanted to try on, and when I got the text message from Meshki saying that they were coming to New York City to do a bridal pop-up, I was like, abso-freaking-lutely. So I went to the Meshki pop-up and it was, oh my God, it was a total opposite of the Jenny Yoo Sample sale. For the Meshki pop-up, you had to sign up for an appointment slot, and I think it was supposed to be maybe like 45 minutes. The Meshki girls, oh my God, they are the sweetest, kindest, happiest, most helpful team ever. I love them so much.
She's putting our shoes on. We want the camera to be ready for a dramatic reveal.
Okay, it's ready. Up and running.
That's his job. I'm just checking.
Yes.
Oh, this is so pretty.
Wow. Wait, should we put a veil in?
This is so
That one's really nice. I love that style.
So I basically had the entire showroom to myself, and when you walk in, oh my God, it is such an experience. I loved everything about it. You see all of the gowns just lined up on the sides. You had the big wedding gowns, and then you had the small little white dresses, little party dresses. So if you didn't want something full for like the wedding, then you had something smaller for like a rehearsal dinner or something like that. And then the space itself was fantastic. I went with my cousin and he was able to record everything for me, thank God, because if I would have gone by myself, I would have probably not gotten any content. But I tried on a few different styles because I honestly had no idea what I was gonna try on, because the dress that I actually went in there to try on, they didn't have. So I just tried on other things that I thought were pretty that they actually did have in store. So I tried on as much as I could, from big ball gowns to like more fitted dresses for every single type of occasion. Isn't this so pretty with this girl?
You can't really get the high shine and the, say, folded and how it's steamed.
Yeah.
And even with this, like if you were to, honestly, it would be one stitch.
Yeah.
To bring that down, and even like to bring that down and stitch it there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I wanted to try on as many different styles as I could from their collection, because this is the only time that they were going to be in New York City. They're an Australian brand, so if I want to try on something else from Meshki, I'd have to order it and just hope for the best. Something that they don't mention on the website when it comes to these dresses is that the inside, for majority of them, I think, they have this sort of, it's like a, I don't remember what they called it, but it's basically just like a, not a corset, but it's basically this thing on the inside that hooks together so that it keeps the dress up and it keeps it just fitted to you. And then you zip up the dress or you button up the dress or whatever it is. I don't know what it's called, I don't remember, but I think it's amazing. Honestly, I think that every single dress, period, should have this on the inside too. But it made it so easy to get the dress on and for it to stay up and stay on, because you know, for some wedding dresses, they can be very heavy, but with what they have on the inside, it keeps it held up so that you're not constantly like picking up your dress. They have shoes there for you just in case you need some shoes, and they're there to help you, and It's just such a great experience overall. The aesthetic is amazing. I loved it. They also have veils for you to try on. They gave me a scarf that came with another dress just so I can see the look to see if I liked it, because you know a lot of people are doing the scarves this year and I thought it was beautiful, just not for me. They also had these candles lit up the entire store and it smells so good. I can't even tell you what it smells like. It just smells phenomenal. It just smells so yummy. I love it. And when we asked what the candle was, they were telling us that they actually created it themselves. Like the Meshki team created this scent and that's what they had. And this is actually the gift that they gave me for going in to the pop-up and trying out their bridal dresses. This stunning candle that says Meshki, and they also gave me like a cute little note with all of the dresses that I tried on in order of how much I love them. So I love the Meshki team. I love the whole experience. It was stunning and I really hope that they come to New York City again to do another bridal pop-up, because I think more people should be able to experience this. Everything about it was amazing. Those were my first two experiences, wedding dress shopping, and I'm so excited for the rest of my bridal appointments. This is gonna be so fun. Never doing another sample sale again. And I am so excited to bring you guys along for the ride and for the rest of my party planning, because I am taking you guys through the whole process. See you guys in the next one.